All right, welcome to another time of learning. All right, this was our trade for this week. Uh, all trades were called live on my Twitter account, and then we made some losses. I think at the beginning we made a few losses, and then we were able to correct ourselves, and we did better. And this was the analysis we made from the previous video, where I taught on my simple strategy, and market literally played out exactly the first leg. Yeah, no, I think the only difference was that market broke past here. I think in the video I also spoke about the tendency of market coming into this demand level. That was why I highlighted here. I also explained why we are looking at a pullback or a bearish move. So we're just going to delete all of this, and then we're going to discuss a few things today. And let's make a review of this. All right, in the initial move of the market, this was where market started from. Initial move of the market, I was trying to buy. I forgot entirely my analysis, and now see that price had a convergence around here, this point. That's what gave a full confirmation about the bearish move. Now what you see, and then price. Now one thing I've learned so far is that from this last week trade is that accumulation does not lead to change of trend, it just leads to continuation. Now this is accumulation. This whole thing here is accumulation of price movement. See it here, accumulation of price movement. The same thing is here. I want you to observe. So for every time, if price were to be a bearish movement, let's say bearish movement, and then we start having accumulations. After accumulation, what price tend to do is that price tend to continue. And so that was basically what happened here. If you also look at this whole place, we had like also an accumulation around here, and after that price continued downward. The same thing with here, we had accumulation of price, and after that price went downward. The same thing here. So this is just a review. So once you know the trend and then you see accumulation, this is not a sign that price is about to change trend. So it's just a sign price is about to continue. So accumulation will always lead to a continuation. So this could just be part of what you could add to your knowledge. So a few people reached out to me in my inbox on Twitter about entry and the rest. Okay, basically I'm going to show you guys a few things I do when it comes to entry and also exiting. A lot of people were saying, how are we able to catch a lot of these? Now see, we had some stop losses. I think I posted how the trade went. We had some stop losses. I think the first 2 days of the trade, but we're able to come back into place. I believe this week was a good week for us, and let's not get too excited. I think it's also a time for us to be very, very cautious, so that we don't make some losses. Winning, when you have a very major win, what you should do next should be to really calm down. Yes, really calm down and look into everything that has happened, so that you don't make the same mistake. All right, okay, a few things I want to say today. I trade basically demand and supply, and I've been able to distinguish between the primary demand and the major demand level. So let's say you have price on a downward move, and then we have it like this, and then price coming to sweep this liquidity, and price moving sweeps this liquidity. So let's just say we have something like this. Now I can call this place my primary supply, and then I can call this place my primary demand. Now in between will now be, so I can now have here as my tertiary demand level. I can also have here as the secondary rather demand level. Remember, if price is rallying down from here to this demand, from here it goes up, you understand? And then the same thing, if price breaks through, so this place becomes your supply, this place becomes your demand, this place becomes your supply. So that's just basically a few things I think you should have an understanding about. So how I trade is that, let me see, how I trade is that basically I take cognizance of where there is secondary demand, and then I watch where price is coming out from. So if price is coming out from the primary supply, I look at where the next demand level is. Now the next demand level does not tell you that price is going to reverse back to supply. The next demand level could just be your secondary demand level, where price will come and have an interaction. Remember, price will always get to a zone and then there will be an interaction. So either for it to clear or sweep liquidity, or either for it to have accumulation. So if you look at this carefully, you see that, let's apply all of this here to our main chart. This is on the 1 hour time frame. We've not started analysis, we're just looking at some few things. If you look at this point, you can call this point your, let's use a different color. I don't like this color. What color should I use now? Okay, all right. Now you can call this your primary supply. Now I can pick a secondary demand here. Now somewhere around here is secondary demand. We'll pick this downside as the to just pick this downside as the, what's it called, the primary demand level. Second, this secondary demand. So we could pick also from here, because we have an equal low here. So we have one here, and then we have the last one around here. So also an equal low. Remember, I told you guys take cognizance of equal low. Now if you watch this, why was I calling this a secondary demand level? I want you to see something, how price move. We had a fall in price, and when price got to this place, you see that there were interaction or accumulation. You understand? Price broke, came back to test that place, and then went further. When it got to this other secondary demand level, there was also interaction before it broke down. Now when it got to this other major or primary demand level happened, there's also interaction. Now if I'm going to take a trade, let's say for instance I'm taking my entry from here. I can't take, you won't always catch the trade from the top, which I don't really give attention to. I don't try to catch a trade from the top. I try to catch the trade from the right place. So I'm looking at this weak rejection here as a point to consider for price. So price had a fake breakout here. A fake breakout here, because this was creation of equal high, and then returning back. You can take a trade from here. Now if I'm taking a trade, this is a good move. This is almost 33 pips, so it may look small, but that's almost like 3 pips. So for those of us who are day traders, now if I take a trade from here to here, I'll be watching this demand level here. That's what I do. I most often watch this demand level. Instead I'm watching this weak rejection, I'm watching this major inducement or liquidity point, where we had a change of character. So I'll be watching this point for price to relax on. You understand? So if you watch here, you will see that price literally relaxed on it also. Let me see, like this. Watch. Are you seeing price also relaxed at it also? So once I take a trade and it's getting towards that point, I know that there will be interaction. So most often I take profit or I take partial. That's if I'm not ready to go long. Most of for those of you that have been following me for a while, you discover that 30 pips is very okay for me for a trade. Alright, so this is how I predict a move. So once there's an interaction, the next thing I want to look for will be a pullback so I can take another entry. Now if I take another entry, the next place I'll also be considering will be another demand level. Now the reason why I'm saying considering the demand level is because we are coming from the supply level. If I'm coming from the demand level, I should be considering supply. You understand? So these are things that have guided me in taking my trade. And then secondly, how I know that price is yet to leave a zone is based on its interaction. Now on Friday, this is Saturday already, I'm recording. On Friday we had price rallying up here, and it almost looked like price was not going to come to demand level. Now the reason why I was able to still predict, I think this was a prediction, yeah, this one here, this price here that moved here. Now the reason I was able to predict this move was not because of it was sitting on its supply level. I was able to predict this move because we had a demand level that had not been touched, and we are in a different zone. Remember, if you don't know how to trade within the zone, I have a video. You check trading within the zone. Price had broken from this zone. Price has broken from this zone. Price is now in this zone. So whatever is happening, price has to tap that demand level if it has to change, if it has to return back to supply, or if it has to change from the bear move to a bullish move. Price has to tap that. So that was why I was very confident about the entry around the year, and told those who were following me on Twitter to take a sell. You get all right. So these are a few things that I do to help me take some trade. Do you understand? All right, so a few things I want to teach today is this. I want us to consider what's called divergence and convergence. Those things help a lot. They help a lot in taking our trade. So we're going to be applying them to the analysis against this coming week market opening. So like I used to say, we'll go to the daily time frame. I'm going to be very quick about this. I'm already feeling sleepy. This midnight. It's okay. We'll go to the daily time frame now. From what we've observed, I told you we had price that created a bearish move, and then we had a change of character. Yeah, price got to space, and we had a break of structure, right? And then created this, and then it's here. Now price returned. Now the pullback came to a particular demand level. I want you to see it. I'm going to mark out demand level first. When I mark out the demand and the supply level here, then you see what I'm saying. Now we can call this top side as our supply, right? Good. And then we can call this level as our demand level, price tapping, or we could call the whole of this here, highlight the whole of this, right? Let's see if you move the weak rejection, I think there will be a balance. Let's see something. Right, so price that point can be called our demand level. Now remember the secondary supply and secondary demand. So if you look at this, we had take off liquidity around here, so this point and also this point. So pick like this. So we have another zone around here, which is now our demand. From here to here is demand. If it breaks, it becomes our supply. And then we have one around here. All right, I'm taking those that are very prominent. Now if you watch, price did not just move. Like I told you guys in the last video we had, price will always react to a particular point. Yeah, it's calculated. It's calculated. Look at it. Price went here, came back, broke this, closed up here. Price went back here, retraced, went to this point, right? Tap here, closed at this point. Price will always respect previous market move. Will always respect its demand and its supply. That's how price action work. So presently we are having a rejection. That's how the candle closed. This is how the daily candle closed. We're having a rejection from the demand level. This gives me an assurance that there's a possibility that price will want to complete this candle that was rejected, and then maybe tap this weak rejection here before we can have a continuation. Now this is probability. All right, so I'm looking at this point here, that price could retest up to. Yes, now remember this is the demand level, so I'm looking at this point, price could retest to this level, and there's also another point around here. Now why am I also looking at this point? I'll show you in a jiffy. I'm looking at this level also because there is what's it called? It's a massive candle that was formed here, and then I'm looking at this as also a zone for me. Key zone for me. Let's see. All right, so if I'm going to take a trade on the new week, I'm having a belief that another candle should form to this point or to this point, but this way I'm looking at candle should form to this point, and then before we can have any further move. And why am I expecting a further move? I'm expecting a further move because of this high that has not been taken. If you apply your smart money concept indicator, let's see whether it picks it too. All right, so showing a weak high around this point, and this point is showing where price reacted. We have a demand level. All right, let's close this. All right, so I'm expecting price to react. Why am I expecting price? Buyers kind of took over before the market closed, so there wasn't a the candle did not close at a sell when it came to this demand level. So I'm expecting price to create a bearish candle and then close this liquidity. And the reason why I'm saying this, I'm also looking at DXY not taking the necessary high, this high here. DXY isn't taking this high, so I'm looking at there's a possibility price will want to push to take out this high first. Now I'm using DXY as one of my conferences to confirm GBP USD move. All right, so if I'm looking at this, let's see what the 4 hours candle will be, since we have been able to mark out our demand, supply, demand, and then the secondary demand and supply. We'll check our 4 hours time frame. Let's see what that holds for us. I'll see how I can be minimizing or reducing the amount of time I spend in analyzing, so that some of us don't sleep halfway. All right, now looking at this, we can see that we're having more like I'm looking at a convergence already around here that tells me that price will still sell. Yeah, so this is a confirmation for me that price will still sell. So I'm looking at price selling, breaking this point to this point. I'm looking at this point as major liquidity zone point rather. So because of this convergence here, and I'm looking at a possibility that price would come, maybe interact here before coming to this point. You understand? So let's apply our indicator. Let's see something. Let's see how they mark it through. Perfect. So we're seeing a demand level here, and possibility that price will also break this demand level and come to this point. Now that does not mean that price will just go back. There's possibility that price could also be targeting this demand level. You understand? So always think smart. Don't marry the market. Be ready to divorce an opinion you have if it's not working. All right, so we're looking at this. So let's check the 1 hour time frame. Let's see. All right, so let's see. So I'm looking at this same price forming what is called the higher low, higher low, lower high. You have higher low, you have a lower high, you have higher low, lower high, higher low, lower high, you have higher low. So, and then this is a lower high. So possibility that price will take out this and then come to this point. This is what I'm looking at. You understand? So let's mark out the necessary thing here. We see that this equal low has been liquidity has been taken shift from there. So we have it up to this side. Let's see what we can do. So we see that price took out this equal low here, and then we had the break of structure. Remember what I explained as break of structure? It has to retest that zone before going down, right? So break of structure, the break of structure, as the price kept rallying down. So if I'm considering this convergence here, then I'm also seeing another possibility. Let me see if this is, so I'm seeing another possibility that gives me another move, that if price comes to take out this weak rejection here or rally down to this weak rejection, then there's a possibility that we can have more sell down to this demand level. Why am I looking at this demand level? I'm looking at the equal low around here. The price could also break this equal low, and then kabish. So we'll still apply our indicator. I just fell in love with smart money concept indicator. I think I have to learn how to trade the smart money concept. No knowledge is wasted. All right, so more of interaction of price where price started. So this is also giving a confirmation of a move. So there's possibility that price might want to retrace down to this point before going, or price just takes out this and then come down to this point. Is that okay? All right, so let's see how it goes. If you're not following me on Twitter, please follow me on Twitter. I kind of as the market plays out, I kind of see what next we could do, and then I update you guys. Thank you so much and have a lovely day.